Regret sucks big time. It is difficult and painful, but it happens. And so today we're talking all about regret and more specifically, what you can do, how you can stop regretting something that you did or a decision that you made. And what I have to say, it might surprise you. So stick around. This one is so good. Hey y'all, welcome back. In case you are new to my channel or we don't know each other, hello, my name is Dr. Allison and I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. And I've seriously made it my life mission to simplify psychology. So to break down the science and everything I know as a psychologist to help you live a healthier and more meaningful life. And today's video is actually inspired by a viewer who left a comment on a video and asked how to stop regretting something that she did. And this question or this request for a video really stood out to me and stuck with me because I know that regret is something that we have all experienced. I know it's something that we all feel and can all identify with. So I'm making a video about it. I want you to think about right now something in your life that you regret. So maybe a decision that you made that you wish you wouldn't have, something that you said, something that you did that you feel guilt or disappointment and you wish you would have done things differently. I want you to have that in the front of your brain as we go throughout today. It'll help, I promise. Regret is a feeling. It's an emotion. In fact, the definition of regret is a combination of sadness, disappointment, repentance. And you probably feel regret physically, right? I bet you feel it. It's that pit in your stomach, that nagging feeling. It's kind of heavy. That's what regret is. And it's painful and it's uncomfortable. And most of us are real quick to want to get rid of it. But because it's an emotion, if you watch my channel before, then you know there are no such things as bad emotions. There aren't good, there aren't bad emotions. There are pleasant, painful emotions and everything in between, but there aren't bad emotions. So the reason I say this is because so many people say, I just want to get rid of regret. It's bad, it's awful, it's uncomfortable, make it go away. Emotions are important pieces of information. They tell us something. And so we need to pay attention to emotions. So regret is an emotion, which means it's important. And it might surprise you, but I'm going to be honest, regret isn't just an important emotion. Sometimes it's actually very healthy. Let's say you flaked on a friend. They had a time of need. You weren't there. You forgot something important and you feel disappointed. You feel sad. You feel regretful. Those emotions make sense. You weren't there for someone that's important to you or someone that you care about. Regret is important. And in that situation, it's healthy. Let's say several years ago you quit school. It was too hard, you didn't like it, you didn't see the point, and now several years later you're in a job that you're unhappy with, you don't like it, and you regret quitting school. You wish you could go back and do it different. In this case, there's disappointment or there's feelings of regret, sadness. That's normal because now you're somewhere in your life wishing you would have done things different. In this example, regret is sort of a cue that says, hey, you made a decision that maybe isn't quite in line with your values or with the life that you want. So I want you to think about that example I asked you earlier, right? Think about something you regret. Think about that scenario. My guess is you will recognize feelings of sadness, disappointment, repentance. Those emotions are probably front and center in that situation. And my guess is whatever that situation is, those emotions make sense. They fit. It would actually be strange if you didn't feel a sense of regret. So regret isn't a bad emotion, and the goal isn't necessarily to just make it go away. The problem is when we allow regret to camp out, to take over, to swallow us up. And often what happens is we move from feeling regret to feeling shame. So regret is I did something bad, this is oversimplified, and shame is therefore I am bad. And that is when regret can really get you into trouble. It goes from I did something I regret, I did something that didn't make sense or isn't in line with my values to I'm a bad person, I suck, I'm awful. That's when regret, it shifts into shame, and that's when it becomes so unhealthy. So if this is you, if you feel swallowed up by regret, if you're having a hard time dealing with those emotions, if your regret is shifting into shame, then I'm going to tell you 3 super helpful, effective steps to help you deal with that regret so it isn't so heavy and that you can move forward in living a life without that regret weighing you down. Are you ready? All right. First, I want you to acknowledge what your regret can teach you. Remember when our teachers in school said, if you can learn from your mistakes, then it's not a mistake? I think there is so much truth to this statement. So think about this situation. What did you learn? What did it teach you? So if you didn't call a friend on their birthday, maybe it's a reminder that paying attention to your friend's love language is important. Maybe you responded to an email too quickly and you sounded salty or angry in your email. Right now you've learned, I need to wait an hour before I press send. If you can learn something from this mistake, from this thing that you did, then it serves a purpose and you can use it moving forward in your life. So acknowledge what you learned from this situation. Number 2, watch out for hindsight. So often with regret, what we're doing is we're standing in the present day, looking back at the past and saying, I wish I would have done something different, and we have regret. But remember, when you do that, you have more information now than you had back then. So if you hate your job now, you didn't know that when you quit school 3 years ago, right? You didn't know how important it would be to have that training or that education. You know it now, but you couldn't have known that then. If you were driving and you took a right turn instead of a left turn and a car sideswiped and you think, I should have just gone left, you couldn't have known what would happen. You know it now, but you couldn't have known that then. So remember, regret is often based in hindsight. You didn't have that information that you have now. You didn't have it when you made the decision. And the third thing, know that it is over and done. Whatever the situation is that you are regretting, know that it is over, it is done, and unless you have Hermione Granger's time turner, you cannot go back and redo that. And I know that sounds simple, like, yeah, okay, I can't go back. But part of regret, it keeps nagging you, go back, go back, go back, and you can't. So I want you to be gentle. I want you to be a little bit compassionate with yourself and remind yourself, you're going to have to use self-talk here to say, the situation is over and done with. I can't go back and fix it. I can only learn from it moving forward. So I want you to think about, remember, that thing that we talked about that you're feeling regret about. Think about these 3 steps. Acknowledge how you can learn from it. What does that situation teach you? What's the lesson there? And if you can find that lesson and take it moving forward, then it allows this regret and this painful, sucky situation to serve a purpose for you, to make your life better moving forward. Watch out for hindsight. Whatever that situation was, the decision you made, the thing that you did, you know more about it now than you did then. You didn't have the information that you have now back then to make the decision that you're wishing you would have. And the third thing is acknowledge it's over and done. There's nothing you can do to go back and change it. So acknowledge it's over, it's done. I don't get a redo there, but I'm going to do my best moving forward to do it different. Y'all, I know that regret is difficult and painful. It sits in your stomach like a lump of coal. I know that because I'm a human and I have regret for things. But the important thing is, don't try to squash regret. We need regret. It's an important emotion. It's a cue and it teaches us so much. Just don't let that regret camp out. Don't let it turn to shame. Don't start beating yourself up for that. Acknowledge the sadness, the disappointment, where you went wrong, but do not allow that to become a reflection of you and your worth and your value. Use these 3 steps to deal with regret. They're not going to come naturally. They won't be easy, but with some work, it will help you keep that regret at a manageable level and help you move forward for the life that you want. As always, I am so appreciative of you spending your time here with me today on my channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me know what you want more of. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, of course, hit the subscribe button, because then you'll be the first to know about brand new videos. There is so much more on my website, drallisonanswers.com, that I don't share here on YouTube. So if you aren't a regular there, head over, check it out, bookmark it. I don't know if people do that anymore, but bookmark it so you can check it out often. All right, if you have questions, comments, thoughts, leave them below and I will do my best to get back to you. Have an amazing week and I'll see you back real soon. Bye-bye.